U.S. judge orders a rapist to be castrated. Beachy Stout McDonald sentencing pushed back to September 19. Man fatally shot during confrontation with the military in Denham Town. And Premier League finals in both England and Jamaica this weekend. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A Louisiana judge ordered that a man accused of impregnating a 14-year-old be physically castrated in addition to serving a 50-year prison term. Glenn Sullivan, 54, pleaded guilty to 4 second-degree rape charges on April 17. Sex crimes against juveniles are the most malicious crimes we prosecute, Assistant District Attorney Brad Casio said in the April 22 release, and will seek justice for the children in our community, he said. In July 2022, the Livingston Parish Sheriff Office began investigating a series of incidents after a girl reported that Sullivan raped her multiple times when she was only 14 years old. A DNA test confirmed he impregnated her as well, officials said. Detectives said he groomed the girl and threatened her and her family if she were to tell anyone. And the strength it must have taken for this young woman to tell the truth in the face of threats and adversity is truly, truly incredible, said the detective. And Jamaica needs to introduce this to cut down on the number of rape bull that is let loose down there. The trial of the 3 soldiers charged with the 2010 murder of Keith Clark has been adjourned until Monday to allow for the finalizing to agreed documents between the defense and the prosecution. On Wednesday, the proceedings adjourned early for both parties to finalize the documents. But when the matter resumed on Thursday morning in the Home Circuit Court, the prosecutor told Justice Dale Palmer that they have made some progress. However, additional time was needed to finalize an additional document. Lance Corporals Greg Tingling, Odell Buckley, and Private Arnold Henry were charged with murder in 2010 following a ruling from the Director of Public Prosecutions, and the prosecution is alleging that the 3 soldiers killed the accountant at his Kirkland Heights home on March 27 of 2010 while searching for Tivoli's Don Dodo's coke. Meanwhile, the sentencing hearing for Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout McDonald and Oscar Barnes has been pushed back to September 19. The court was told that sentencing judge Justice Chester Stamp was not available. The men were subsequently remanded. A 7-member jury found McDonald and Barnes guilty of murder and conspiracy to commit murder on March 6 in relation to the businessman's wife, Tonya. Tonya McDonald was killed on July 20 of 2020 along the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang says talks are underway which could see cold case investigations being integrated into the police work. A cold case investigation includes the examination of documents and evidence from a crime committed many years ago to determine whether newer technologies or forensic testing could produce any new potential leads. Unresolved murders, long-term missing persons, unidentified human remains, open criminal sexual assault, or undetermined death are categorized as cold cases. And when asked about utilizing retired police detectives in cold case probes, Dr. Chang said the newly installed Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, has indicated an interest in implementing the investigative technique among other policing tactics and would ultimately decide whether to use the retired well-known effective detectives to assist in that process. Now, with the fact that the Jamaica Police Force is now at full complement of 14,000 officers strong, more division and visibility of officers will now be seen all over the island. On Wednesday, a new beat patrol was launched in Montego Bay, and this, I am sure, is bound to see a reduction of violence in that city. And according to Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary Mackenzie, this will be expanded to other urban centers across the country. A man was fatally shot during a reported confrontation with members of the military in Denham Town in West Kingston on Wednesday night. An illegal gun was reportedly seized in that incident. The dead man has been identified as 28-year-old Romain King, a resident of Golden Heights. About 9:15 p.m., members of the military were on patrol along Racecourse Lane when they observed King and another man standing along a pathway dressed in hoodies, and it's reported that King pointed a gun at the soldiers and was shot. A 9mm pistol was also seized. The other man managed to escape. A constable was offered bail of $2 million when he appeared before the St. Elizabeth Parish Court to answer to the charge of murder and 5 counts of unlawful wounding in relation to a 2022 fatal shooting in a compound town. Constable Lakari Barrett was charged with the January 6, 2022 off-duty police fatal shooting of Lloyd Davis and shooting injury of 5 other individuals in the community of a compound in St. Elizabeth. The charges are as a result of a completed investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations (INDECOM) and a ruling by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Constable Barrett was offered bail in the sum of $2 million with a surety reporting conditions, and a stop order was also imposed, and he will return to court on June 11 of 2024. As a reminder, there was a maroon celebration when the policeman who was off duty is alleged to have opened gunfire on the crowd of people. One man is dead and the police are seeking 2 persons of interest in what they say is an ongoing gang feud in Yorktown in Clarendon. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old laborer Kenroy Peter Thane of a Yorktown settlement address. It's reported that the incident happened at about 8:15 p.m. on Wednesday along the Yorktown Main Road in the vicinity of York Circle. According to reports, residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, Thane's body was seen lying face down along the roadway with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body and back. He was taken to the Mappin Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Yorktown area is one of the hotspots within the division and is known for upsurges in violence over the years, and as such, several police operations are routinely undertaken within that community. Onto sports. Well, tonight we will see what the New York Knicks is made of, if they're going to come out smoking and finish off Indiana Pacers, or if they're going to fall asleep and allow them to come back and steal Game 6. The Knicks currently lead the series 3-2, and with the momentum on Tuesday night winning by 30 points, they should come out as destroyers in this game tonight. Star player Bronson, who scored 44 points and his 5th game with over 40 points, is a clear winner in this series and is totally unstoppable. And if he have one of those 40 points tonight, then this will see the Knicks through. Football Jamaica Premier League. This is it, folks, the final weekend for playoff when defending champions Mount Pleasant, hoping to make it 2 years in a row, will meet the youthful Cavaliers in the finals. And both teams to get there were winners over 2 other great teams, Cavaliers defeating Honest Gods and Mount Pleasant beating Waterhouse. Waterhouse and Honest Gods, in the meantime, will battle for the 3rd and 4th place spot. While over in England, their Premier League, it also comes down to this very last game this weekend when Manchester City, who lead Arsenal by only 2 points, must at least hope to win and retain the crown, as Arsenal, who plays Everton, is expected to gain 3 points with a win as well. If City lose to West Ham, then they will have to hope Arsenal lose to Everton. But West Ham is a much tougher team than Everton, so City will have to play like their life depends on this final game. But the odds is still in their favor, but as they say, the ball is round. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you ever miss the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And that's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.